It's the blackout. It's the blackout.
On today's episode of the Hashtag Blackout Podcast, we ask you who you voted for. Pew, 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 pew. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 169 or 170. What is it, Jay?
I don't think we're that far. We're probably on like 160. I don't know. 164.
164, yeah, really
164.
close. But no cigar. Yeah,
yes,
164.
The dog told us.
Of the Hashtag Blackout Podcast, I'm Jared.
What up, people? I'm Jay.
Yep, and we're back at it again. Jay, how's it going, cousin? How's everything been going for you the past couple weeks?
It's been good. Just work, and more work.
Yeah.
Bought a truck. Finally got me a truck.
Oh, did you?
Another truck.
Okay.
Been needing that for like a long time.
Yeah.
So finally got another one.
Nice.
It's a used one, but it still works.
It's
works
all right.
Great.
What you got
for all these projects I got around the house.
Oh yeah. You got a Ford again or something else?
I bought a Tundra. Toyota Tundra.
Okay.
So, yep.
Cool.
That's what I got.
Sweet, man.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I needed it. I've been, trying to haul wood and all kind of big supplies in a car. It's tough, man. So I needed another truck to get all this stuff. So I've already made like quite a few trips to Home Depot, since I got it.
Nice.
So I've been doing all kind of projects around the house, getting things finally done.
Cool.
Finally got one. So that's about the highlight of the past 2 weeks.
Sweet, congratulations.
That's
pretty dope.
Yeah.
Always fun to get a new car.
I don't feel like jumping into another car note, but
yeah,
I guess it's whatever. I'm going to try and pay this one off super quick if I can.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's cool.
We'll see. Anyway, how was your past couple of weeks?
Past couple of weeks have been interesting. First of all, my son was, for the last couple of weeks been interesting. We thought my son, my son was sick. So, he had all the symptoms, that might point to COVID. So, went and got him tested and, thankfully, results came back negative. So, he's been resting up and ready to go back to school this week coming up. Other than that, I voted. I did my mail-in ballot. So that's a good thing. I was able to exercise my
you did the mail-in,
right to vote. Yeah, right to vote. Yeah. We had vote in person locations, but we did the mail-in thing. So
yeah, I've been hearing some tricky things about that. Like people aren't. I guess their tickets were either not getting lost, but getting
thrown away.
Something with them where they weren't filling out a particular. Yeah, either thrown away or had to be sent back or something like that. Because people weren't filling out a particular portion of it. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I'm assuming you guys did the right thing. I went one day at like a lunchtime. Mm-hmm. There was like nobody in line. I'm like, cool. So I walked in and out in like less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's good.
So yeah, we got ours done a couple weeks ago. So it's all good.
That's good.
Cool, man.
Yeah, we did ours, and we put our ballots in the little. They have like the specific like voter drop boxes.
Drop off.
Yeah. So this was at the city hall. Of the town that I live in here. So. It's a city hall / police station. So, if nothing else, you would hope that there would be no disorderly stuff going on there. But, you never know, man. I saw that in Texas, there's a group of people trying to get like drive-through voters, drive-through votes, 127,000 drive-through votes, canceled and rejected. That's somewhere like in Houston area, I guess. So, it's definitely so. And then, of course, I've seen some postal workers, be fined or not be fined, but be arrested lately for throwing away mail-in ballots and all kinds of stuff, man. So yeah, this is a weird. I mean, every election there's always some crazy stuff going down, but yeah, this year it's even wilder, and it's people just so extreme. But I mean, really, what people just got to do, like I might have said in the past, is just like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being nice to other people and also agreeing to disagree with other people, because you're never going to agree 100% with any of the candidates, even the candidate that you vote for, you may not agree 100% with what they stand for. But in the end of it all, we're all here trying to work for each other and help each other along. So yeah, so whatever. But yeah, it's done. My kids, have asked, why do you vote? Why is it important to vote? So we've had to break that down to them. About the right that we have for that, about how ancestors have fought for that right, and how, basically if you don't vote, you really don't have a leg to stand on when something happens that's, against something that you like, after whoever is elected, you can't say, well, why did they do this? Why did they do that? I wish somebody else had been elected. Well, you didn't vote. So, you really can't say much, but yeah, but there's a lot more conversation than that. But yeah, that's been mainly, the past couple weeks. So, just work is work, and that's about it. So, yeah, man. Yeah. So, yeah. So today is the day after Halloween officially. So.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So we were talking about that a little bit before we started recording. So your Halloween plan this year for your kids, trick or treating? No trick or treating?
Absolutely no trick or treating. Yeah, just something we decided. I mean, we really don't go to trick or treating. My oldest is 10, and we may have gone out probably a total of 3 times his whole life. I know once with you and your family when you guys were here.
Oh yeah,
and then once was it last year? Last year, yeah, once last year. And maybe one other time, I can't remember, but yeah, it really wasn't. We really don't go trick or treating. We mostly give out candy, but of course, this year, since all this other craziness is going on in the world, we really didn't get anybody at our house. We got one kid, and by the time I got to the doorbell with the candy bucket to give him something, he had already took off and ran to the car. So, hey. You got 3 buckets of candy just for us. So I kind of figured we wouldn't be getting a ton of people. But yeah, we didn't really do anything. Stayed inside. Yeah. The kids wore their clothes, got dressed up. We made their outfits from scratch, except for the helmet. So yeah, the kids were Mandalorian and Boba Fett.
Okay.
Boba Fett the Mandalorian.
That's cool.
So yeah, but yeah, it was cool. They decided they wanted to do that, so we had to try to figure out how we could make all this stuff from scratch, because they'd rather make it instead of buy it. And I had planned on making the helmets, but I was just running out of time, so I just said, screw it. We'll just buy the helmet. We'll make everything else. Save some money, just spray paint a Boba Fett helmet silver.
Yeah.
So it could be the Mandalorian, and yeah. So they did that, and rest is history. Wore it for 2 hours and took it off, and it's like, we're all done.
Yeah, wow.
Time for Christmas.
Yeah, I understand. Well, that's cool that, that's cool.
Yeah, they don't care about Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's cool that they at least dressed up. You know what I'm saying? I know it's one of those things. It's a thing that you grow up with. Sometimes and sometimes not, obviously. But yeah, my kids. Let's see here. We did not send them trick or treating this year, or we did not take them trick or treating, whatever. We lit up our pumpkins and set them outside. We turned on our Halloween lights that were outside, as decoration. And we put a big bowl out there full of candy and had a sign that, said take 1 or 2, etc. and you know, it was interesting because we saw, you know, some kids taking handfuls, some kids taking one or two, some kids picking through the candy. Yeah. And then I think by the end of the night, you know, we had some older kids stroll through and like just dump the bucket. So, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
I was about to ask you that because that's what my wife was thinking, just put a bucket outside or some candy and just say, take one, take two pieces, please, or something. And I'm like, come on now. Do you really think kids are going to listen to that or pay attention? Oh, no. Are they really living by the honor code?
No, most of them no.
Because just thinking back to when we were kids, do you think you and I would probably just take one piece of candy?
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, I probably would have taken at least two or three. Of course. You know what I'm saying? At minimum. So, yeah, yeah. So
that's one thing. So.
Yeah, so I get that big time. And you know that was my thing. I was like, you know, why are we gonna do this? Because we just know kids are gonna dump it. But then I was like, you know what? Whatever. We have it there. You know, we have it available for them. You know, we're not going to sit there and police them. Like, there's no reason for that. So we're just like, whatever. So yeah, and it's gone, and we don't have to worry about it anymore. But yeah. So that was that, and what was it? So my daughter did dress up. She dressed up as like I guess sort of like a what do you call those? Like a marionette or as a puppet, I guess, that had broken free from the puppet master. You know, like a mean little puppet or whatever. And then my son did not dress up, but we did a Halloween candy scavenger hunt inside of our house. So, you know, we hid some candy around and we had clues, and like each time they found some candy, it had a clue on it for the next, you know, bag of candy or whatever. And then we did some mummy hot dogs where we wrapped hot dogs with like little strips of croissant, you know, made mummies, and we did some cheese fondue and we did some caramel apples, you know, in the fondue thing for them to like dip it and put toppings on top. So yeah, it was subdued comparatively. You know, they were sad that they couldn't go trick or treating, but with my son recovering from being sick a little bit, and also all the fools out here with the COVID thing, especially because they just sent out a mass message, you know, telling everybody to, you know, we're going to have to clamp down on everything, wearing masks even more because our state is just ridiculous. When it comes to that, like, we decided not to go. So, and it was fine. And we watched a couple scary movies. So, so, that's cool. Yeah. That's cool. Oh yeah, we had our scary movie talk the last time we talked. So, movies we did this time, we did Poltergeist. You know, nice 80s.
Oh, sweet.
And then I guess my son and I stayed up later and watched Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So
nice.
So there you go.
Did he think it was cheesy and corny, or
he thought it was silly?
Did he enjoy it?
Thought it was silly and funny, and you know, we were making funny comments throughout the movie. But then he's like, I still want to watch Insidious or The Purge or something scary, and I was like, man, maybe next week, but not right now. So and both the kids like Poltergeist. It was, you know, all of us like Poltergeist. It was just one of those movies from way back in the past, you know, that oddly enough is PG, rated PG. I don't know why, because there's a lot of stuff in there that would not be PG, but
you think at least PG-13.
Yeah. But nope.
Yeah, it's funny how those 80s movies the rating system has changed quite a bit.
Yeah, it has, and I'm surprised that you know, movies have not. I guess some of those older movies haven't been, you know, re-rated. You know what I'm saying? Based on a new rating scale, because now we have like a Netflix. Now we have Netflix, we have Hulu, we have, you know, all these other streaming services. You know, where what is it? It's not like they, you know, it's not like they have to go back and do something different. All they have to do is just rate it properly on the current scale, and it would be easy to just put that on there, you know, for people nowadays, you know, who didn't watch it back then, you know, to watch it now and have that on appropriate channels for their kids or whatever. But yeah, they haven't done that. So I always thought that was interesting that they're not re-rated, but whatever.
Too much work.
Yeah, I guess so. Too much work indeed. But yeah, man.
Hey, have you seen the People Under the Stairs? You remember that movie?
It's been a long
I think it came out in 93-ish, I think. Anyway, I just read today that Jordan Peele is thinking about redoing it, remaking it.
Oh, really?
And I'm not sure how I feel about that. I really like that movie. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But I get why he wants to do it. It's more along the lines of, I think it feels like it'll be a little similar to Get Out. Just a little bit, not much. Just where you have the crazy white family, and you have the, kind of like the black hero.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I wouldn't mind. At first, I was a little bit like, I don't know about this Jordan Peele, but I wouldn't mind seeing the update.
Yeah. I mean, I think it would be good. I mean, he's done a good job, so far on the movies that he's done. So I think it would be interesting to see him do a remake of some of those movies. I'd like to see him do a remake of Misery, maybe. Mm-hmm. There's several movies that I think that he might do a good job at remakes. So.
I think there is one coming out sort of similar to that with shucks, I forgot the name of it. And I don't feel like looking it up right now, but it's long. It's similar to that, but it's all black cast.
Oh, really? Okay.
Is it Loretta Devine? I think she's playing like the part of Kathy Bates' character. Is it Kathy Bates who was in Misery?
Yeah, Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates who started in Misery.
Yeah.
So Loretta Devine has a part similar to that, and it's like has like some voodoo thrown into it and stuff like that. So I think that should be coming out pretty soon. I want to see that. Yeah,
that'd be cool. Yeah, there's a lot of those old movies, that would hopefully be really good, remakes, I guess, if done by the right director and and producer, etc. And nowadays, it seems like that's all they're doing right now is a ton of remakes and a few new ideas here and there. So yeah, man, so that's interesting. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, we watched Hocus Pocus earlier in the week. Which my kids hadn't seen that. What else? I don't know if there's any other scary movies or old movies like that we hadn't seen, but but that was it.
We watched a remake of The Witches with Anne Hathaway and I think Chris Rock was narrating it. Mm-hmm. It was cool. It was pretty good. I think I liked it, but then of course it's a lot different than the original in many ways. I guess as far as like the ending goes, but there's some little holes in the story that you don't really get explained, but it's okay. It's okay. It was a cool remake. Anne Hathaway did her. Yeah. Not Anne Hathaway. What was her name? Is it Anne Hathaway? Not Anne Hathaway. What's that freaking woman's name?
The girl from Devil Wears Prada?
She played Bat.
There you
go.
Or Catwoman or whatever.
She played Catwoman.
It was Anne Hathaway. That's right.
Anne Hathaway?
Yeah.
Anne I don't know why I'm thinking of another Anne Hathaway. I feel like that name is somewhere else.
Yeah, no.
Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway. Octavia Spencer is in it as well.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we actually saw the original Witches.
It was pretty decent. It was good.
Yeah, we watched the original Witches, and that is rough. It was, the kids laughed. It's pretty rough, but yeah, it was funny. So got through that too. Yeah. Yeah, but trying to think. So, yeah, man. So, yeah, we just finished Halloween, and then, we have the election coming up, for president as well as local offices, et cetera, et cetera. So, it's going to be an interesting week or however long it takes to finish counting all these ballots. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. How is the landscape in Utah looking as far as like people displaying their votes, their nominees, the people that they want in their front yard?
Yeah, it's interesting because I think this state has normally been a very like Republican state, conservative state, and that's because of like the Mormonism. That's like their thing. But there's a lot. I think there's a lot of people who have been on both sides. Especially with just not liking what the current president has been doing for the past few years. So it's funny. Well, I guess not funny. It's sort of silly because people will put signs in their front yard for whoever they're supporting, or have flags up, and it's like every day you see multiple like posts in the Facebook neighborhood groups or whatever saying our sign was stolen, or somebody came and like burned up our sign or ripped it apart or whatever. And it's just sort of like, really, man, like is it like, are you that mad about it that you're gonna go into somebody's property and like take their sign? I know in Texas, like there's people who will like say that they will protect their property. You know what I'm saying? If people come and do stuff like that. So I don't know why people think that's a good idea, because I mean, if you pull down one sign, there's still, thousands of signs out there that are, still going to be out. So, and that's not stopping all the political ads that you get in the mail and on TV. So yeah.
Now, are you guys worried about any post-election mayhem? I know a lot of people are saying if Trump loses, that there will be, I don't know, possibly a lot of violence coming about. I mean, things like that.
I think that. I mean, I think anybody in their right mind should, at least have that thought in their head. I've thought about it. I've thought about it, and I know, like, as ridiculous as it sounds that would happen, I know that there's a possibility that would happen, and it makes me. Yeah. It makes me sort of sad and angry that would happen, or maybe not angry, but just like frustrated that would happen, because every year in years past, stuff like that's happened one way or the other. And like, people just need to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. But I think now we have, some people in power who are stoking the flames of dissent. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before, where people just can't agree to disagree. So I mean, I don't know. I think that could possibly happen. I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on how your state votes. Should determine may determine, what kind of post-vote turmoil, or how much post-vote turmoil might happen. I do know this though, because I know that the whole Corona thing and masking has all been like politicized. Obviously, I know that the state epidemiologist here, who is basically just reading off numbers and reporting what the local authorities have, or I guess the local governor and whatnot has been just saying, hey, this is how many numbers we have, just report it, blah blah blah. I know that earlier this week, like there's a bunch of like anti-maskers and also, people on the Republican side that went to this lady's house and like protest. And she lives like in a normal neighborhood. It's not like she like lives in a nice, big, rich, gated community. You know what I'm saying? And that's dangerous. Like, why? This lady's just a doctor. It's crazy. So what do you think? What about over there?
Yeah. Well, only reason why I was asking is because I've been seeing a lot of, television, news outlets saying about the guns and ammo and stuff in Walmart. They're pulling it all out because of what's being talked about that may happen post election. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm armed and ready if anything does happen.
Yeah.
If it does get to that point, you know, I will protect my family to whatever means I have to.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it doesn't come to that point, but I just know here in Texas, I mean, you already know, they're big on their guns and their firearms and everything out here. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure everywhere else, especially in the southern states, I should say.
Yeah.
So, it's just one thing I was just concerned with. I was talking with a buddy a couple weeks ago about this, and he was saying he needed to go ahead and start loading up on his guns, starting to buy a gun and stuff and some ammo, just in case, some fools are crazy and want to do something. Because I think there was a video online on YouTube, some guy, big Trump supporter, was saying something about how there's going to be mass chaos if, Trump ends up losing. Now, whether he's believable or not, I don't know. I ain't taking a chance with somebody crazy enough to, make a post like that and spread it around. So, yeah, man, I'm just, if anything happens, I guess I'm ready for it. I guess I'm gonna have to be ready for it. Hope it doesn't happen, but you never can tell with a lot of these fools. Yeah, can't tell with a lot.
Exactly. Yeah, man. I don't know. I just pray that people just realize that it is what it is. When your candidate was elected, it is what it is. There wasn't mass people going out to commit violent acts like that. So, regardless of the situation, it sort of is what it is. You just have to deal with it, and and hopefully, whoever's elected and the people that other elected officials in government do what's right. What I'm saying, for society. Now, it's obviously debatable what's happened, this past 4 years, depending on who you support. But yeah, man, I mean, it's just the thing to me is when you have evidence of specific individuals saying one thing and it's caught on camera or caught on tape, and you can definitely hear that this is that person's voice or see that person's image saying this or doing whatever. Then that's factual. That's factual evidence that they feel this way or they have these beliefs. As a party leader, right, as a politician, whatever. So how could you come behind and say, oh, that's not true, they never said that, but then you have a video of them saying it. So just deal with it. But yeah, I don't know. I think that over the past few years, really, I think since Obama has went into office, there were so many people who didn't like him because he was black, even though everybody fails to recognize that he's half black, honestly. So since he's gone in office, there's so many people who didn't like that, and now that Trump's in office, there's so many people who don't like that. And, I think Trump has sort of stoked the flames more than Obama did, because I don't remember Obama ever downplaying any hate groups or playing up any hate group, whatever. I think that it's made it worse, and it's further divided everybody when we should all come together because these people are supposed to be working for us. You know what I'm saying? And we should all be better educated than that, but not always the case.
We should be. We should, but we're not, We definitely aren't. We were having this conversation with the kids earlier about, kids say, I can't wait till I be an adult. That way I could be super smart. And I'm like, there's a lot of dumb adults, kids. Oh, yeah. Because you're an adult don't make you smart.
Oh, yeah. That's true. And my kids, also express that they want to vote. They're like I wish the kids could vote. And we're like, yeah, that would be great that if kids could vote right now, but there's one thing that kids don't get when they're that age compared to when they get when they're older, is that as you grow older, you have a little bit better knowledge of you have a little bit better knowledge of stuff. So then that will sort of fuel your vote one way or the other compared to like what your parents are telling you, or what you think based on what your friends say. You know what I'm saying? When you're older, compared to when you're younger, you have a little bit more perspective, on things, and everything you vote on,
right,
actually, has a little more effect on you because you're of working age then and paying taxes and stuff like that. But I'm glad that they have that perspective that they want to vote. They have that feeling they want to do that. I think that's a good thing.
Cool.
So, yeah. So, trying to think.
That's it.
Trying to think. So, yeah, man. So, I mean, that's basically like the most part what's been going on over here. Trying to think. I know that. Let's see here. I know that the newest PlayStation came out already, right? I think that's already out, and the new Xbox. They both came out. I think they both came out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or maybe if they're not, they're still shipping, or they're about to start shipping. I can't remember.
Yeah.
What is it? No, I think they're about to start shipping. I think that's it. So it would be great to have one, but then again, the price tag, I can wait.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't even play enough to even want to get one.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be cool just to say, hey, I got one. But then it's like, you only devote maybe 1 hour every quarter of the year to playing video games. So I'll just stick with my Xbox One and my little Nintendo and call it a day.
Yeah.
I have debated on getting my kids a Switch for Christmas, Nintendo Switch. Debating on that. It's still up in the air. I don't know yet, because I just boxed up like 4 huge boxes of toys from their room.
Yeah.
And there's still like at least 2 or 3 boxes worth of the stuff that they could box up.
Oh my.
So I definitely ain't getting no more toys for them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Clothes, I mean, they're at least 2.5 years apart, but they wear the same size clothes,
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know if I want to get them clothes either. So, I mean, when I was 10, I didn't care about clothes. I don't know. We'll see what I get them. But as far as video games, I think I'm done for the time being.
Yeah, I think that...
we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this, that a Switch is fun. My kids both enjoyed playing on it. I've enjoyed playing on it. So it's pretty fun. It is one device, though. So unless they're playing a game that's multiplayer, there's somebody who's not going to be happy that they're not getting to play. But it's fun, and it's...
I'm sure you could hear them in the background.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's a fun thing. So yeah, if they do end up getting one, it'll be worth it. So I think it'll be worth it.
Yeah. I mean, I'd probably only get them multiplayer games anyway. But that all depends on how they do in school. One cares about one. Well, actually, both don't really care about school at all. But one is constantly on honor roll. The other is just like, I don't care about this. I don't want to do it anymore. So that type of thing is going to determine what, if they get anything for Christmas. I mean, I know it's hard. Like, I know last time we talked about kids in school, how our kids are coping away from school, or how they did cope away. I know yours is back. Mine is stuck at home. And that's where we're choosing to keep them there. But I don't know. I really wish they could go back to school, get that in-person learning, because I know there's too many distractions over here. There's toys right on the side of them.
Yeah.
So they can't do a Zoom meeting and keep focus. And of course, we can't watch them because we're working.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see how they do at the end of the year.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I know both our kids, like school and don't like school for certain reasons. You know what I'm saying? But I know it's been good for them to be able to be back. I think good for their psyche. And I think that, as we roll into the holidays now, this time of year where it's getting colder outside, people are staying in more. I think it's, this is a big mental health time of year, especially with this pandemic going on, and everything getting worse and worse as far as states and cases. So I think it's good for them, being able to get back into that, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It's going to be interesting, but I think that, I don't know. I forgot where I was going with my point, so sorry. I lost my train of thought. So
no, that's all good.
Man,
it's all good. All good. So, anyway, what are you guys planning for the holidays?
True. Okay, so for Thanksgiving, we're going to spend time with my mother-in-law, as we always do here lately. And then I know that my wife's niece and her family are also going to be hanging out with us. It's just, husband, wife, and 2 little kids. We're all, sort of, highly COVID sensitive people. And I know that, myself and my wife's niece work from home. Her husband, does have, he does work away from the home, but, I know he's always, pretty sensitive to all the stuff. And my wife is always masked up when she goes to work. So, so that's going to be the Thanksgiving time frame. For Christmas time, my mom and sister may be coming to visit, and brother, and that's the plan right now. I know that they said that they would sort of watch how the whole virus thing is impacting here and there, where they live. That's the plan right now. But what about y'all?
Cool. Staying here, bro. I'm definitely not taking any chances especially with my parents. My dad being a diabetic, and of course my mom. I'm not sure how her immune system has been. If it'll get compromised as far as her beating cancer and stuff like that. So I'm not sure, and I don't want to take the chance. With that. So we're just gonna be here. I know my in-laws. I'm sure they want to see the kids. Everybody wants to see the kids and see us as far as but I think they may be a little bit more lax about it. They may be a little bit more relaxed about it. I know my brother-in-law, he works in the medical field, so he's always in the hospitals, and he's already contracted COVID once before. So, I just don't know about that. I don't want to take the chance.
Your brother-in-law had?
Yeah, my brother-in-law.
Wow. Yeah, that's wild, man.
He said it wasn't bad. Everybody's different, so I guess his symptoms are very minimal. He just had a slight fever, and that was it.
Yeah.
Then one of my buddies, his wife had it, and she made it through good as well. She works in the medical field as well in the hospital. Okay. So they both had it, and they came out of it okay. Doesn't mean everybody's gonna come out of it okay.
Yeah.
But but for the most part, we're just gonna stay home, chill. If we need to FaceTime or anything like that, we'll do.
Yeah.
It's not the same as in person, but
that makes sense.
Until this stuff I don't even know. I don't even want to say until this stuff dies down, because it's going to be a while before anything gets back to some kind of normal state.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah, it'll be a while. It'll definitely be a while. Yeah, and this is the thing. I guess this is, we're coming up on a year since, people started having having this sickness. And before, people may not have known that they had it, unless they got tested later for antibodies and realized they had antibodies, and they're like, oh, well, I was really sick back in December and November. So yeah, man, coming up on a year on this, and then, now is like that time of the flu season when other stuff like that starts to occur. So yeah, so we'll really see, it may turn out to be sort of like it was at the beginning of this year, is it sort of was, I guess, I don't know. I don't know. I'll just say that, it may turn out to be one of those things where, a lot of people are getting sick and now we have something to tie it to compared to before. But, I don't know. I don't know. I would just wish that there were people that would, want to try to do the best for their fellow neighbor. And unless they have some kind of medical reason that keeps them from wearing, any kind of protection like mask, I think that they would want to do the best for their fellow man. But unfortunately, that's not the world we live in, sadly. So, yeah.
No, it's not.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So anyway, but yeah, man, that's the most I got right now.
I don't really have much of anything else, man. It's just all been the same old thing.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, and
everything in the news is politics and coronavirus.
Yeah,
politics and coronavirus. It goes hand to hand these days.
Yep. And it seems like everything. It seems like everything also is politicized. When it comes to attaching it to coronavirus or attaching it to anything. Like the holidays are coming. Yeah. It's politicized, and it's also connected to coronavirus. People are saying, it's because of that. So I don't know. It's just foolishness. But, we just want everybody out there to be safe. All our listeners, families, and even the people that aren't our listeners and their families, Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. That's what I got.
Wow. Well, that's all I got too.
All right, cool.
I don't know what else to do.
Yeah. No voicemails this week, so I think that's it, man. Why don't you tell the people where they can find us, I guess.
Well, people, 385-3BLAKPC, 385-325-2572 is the number that you could call and let us know what's happening in your life. Twitter, Instagram, #BlackoutPod, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, SoundCloud, Anchor, Spreaker, YouTube. All over your pod listening services is where you can find us. You could email us stuff, #blackoutpod@gmail.com. Definitely hit up Hooks Rub or Etsy.com/hooks/shop/Hooks Rubs and Spices, because Thanksgiving is coming up, and
True.
Definitely want to get you some rubbing on that turkey of yours, on your stuffing, on whatever you're cooking. I don't know what you're cooking. You're cooking something, hopefully. Or you could just put it in a gift box when you go visit somebody's house when you're getting your Thanksgiving food, and give it to them.
True.
Maybe put it in your pocket because potato salad tastes nasty. Sprinkle it on the side, and then you eat it. Make it taste good. I don't know. Yeah, things like that happen. You don't want to be the one with the paper plate turned face down in the trash, because you know what that means.
You brought the nastiest food to the holiday party.
That's right. So make sure they put that paper plate face up. Let them know it was delicious. Make them lick that plate.
Yes, indeed.
With some Hooks, Rubs, and Spices.
Yes, indeed. And
that should be the new slogan. Lick the plate.
Make them lick the plate. That's funny. You know what, man?
Make them lick the plate.
I was just thinking about this because I saw a meme or something like that recently. Where it was talking about, this is why I don't eat anybody's cooking, or this is why I don't do potlucks at work. You know, and it was a picture of like this person cooking, and they had a cat on the counter, and like half the cat's tail was in like a pot of finished sauce or something like that. Yeah. And I was like, no.
I saw that.
So yeah, man, this is one of those years, man, where I'm, you know, I guess depending on the work situation you have, there won't really be potlucks. You know what I'm saying? There won't really be potlucks. There will be some, but
and some virtual potlucks.
Be virtual potlucks, yeah. That's about it. Everybody bringing their own food to the party. Yeah. So, yeah. So
that's right.
And if you're a part of a real potluck, you know, go ahead and use some hooks, rubs, and spices. Make it tasty, but don't let your cat or dog put their tail in it. Nobody wants to eat that. Nobody. Mm-mm. Nobody. And if the cat or dog does, just leave that at the house and say, I'm sorry, I forgot to cook. Or go to the store and buy something on the way to work. You know what I'm saying?
Or they could just fake it. Just fake it and say, hey, well, if it's a work potluck and you don't like the people you work with, go ahead and serve it to them.
Oh, nah.
You don't care.
Nah.
Hey, man, that extra cattail might give it a little extra seasoning, a little extra spice.
Oh, that's
some zest. Give it a little extra zest.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
It could. Hopefully it doesn't, but it probably will.
And you never know. We could have been a part of a potluck that had somebody do that to us.
Oh, I'm 100% sure. 100% sure I've been a part of that. So
yeah.
That's why I mainly hover around the food that I brought, the chips and salsa that are from a jar or a bag, and like only the 2 or 3 people that I trust to cook. That's the only food I would normally hang out around. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, on that note, I'm blacking out, I guess.
There you have it, people. Another episode 164. #BlackOut Podcast. Blacking out. Signing off.